So monitoring is very important, right? We want to make sure that we know when something is wrong with our builds and notify everyone, right, or whoever's responsible of the build, of fixing the build. But there's still different ways of notifying folks. But again, this should be something that is very rare, right? That ideally nobody is being notified of anything. And that it should be urgent, right? If indeed somebody gets notified that this is fixed right away. Now there's different ways of how Jenkins could notify folks. The most popular or common way is for Jenkins to be integrated with Slack, right? And Jenkins has all sorts of plugins that allow you to integrate with all sorts of notification mechanisms. One of them is there's quite a few Slack plugins. Jenkins has can have multiple plugins configured. We have installed just a few, which can be configured from managed plugins, and look at the available plugins. Again, this won't be available to you in the instance that you're going to be for the one that we've created for you. You won't have admin privileges. So you won't be able to install plugins, but we can. Or if you run your own WAR file, locally, you can play around with all these other plugins. If you are aware of some plugin that you've worked with before, that you have suggestions, please let us know. We can install the plugins for you. It will entail restarting Jenkins, and so we'll need to notify everyone that Jenkins is about to go down. Right, and so it needs to be done responsibly, and we don't kick out at someone who's currently working. All right, and so if you do have any suggestions and that you might want to play around with a particular plugin, let us know and we can install it for you. So Slack is definitely one of them. You can also integrate with email, so that you can read email based on a particular subject, a particular content in the body. You can kick off a build from just by emailing a particular recipient. It can generate email with all sorts of reports, right? It can generate all sorts of statistics, right? Of which builds are failing, how long are they taking, which stages did it fail. Include any error messages or anything from the console. It can also send SMS text messages to anyone to come and take a look at if something is going wrong. You could also there's all sorts of plugins with browsers, so you can pop up a message for that something went wrong, and then give you a link back to the actual branch and any problems that there might be with that particular build. And another way that is also very popular is to embed a badge in the README file of your Jenkins file, right? I'm sorry, of your repo, right? A badge that very quickly you can tell whether the master branch of that particular repo has successfully built the very last time, right? So we have installed this plugin, the embeddable build status plugin. So it's there, and the assignment asks you to go and grab this badge and include it in your README file of your Java middle tier, right? So that that badge you can quickly see whether the build is healthy or not, right? The badge will look something like this. That the build is either passing or failed, or with red or green, and it'll have different color coding, and so it can be embedded in any which way you want. It can be embedded in a wiki page. It can be embedded in Markdown or HTML, or just a plain old URL linking back to some image, right? And the image will be different depending on the health of the build. Okay.